Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley. I'm your digital news desk host, and I'm here with you on this Thursday, January the 9th, a very cold Thursday, actually. We are expecting some colder temperatures, some cold rain and wind in our area later today. I don't think that we are going to be having snow here. That's going to be a little bit farther north here in Mississippi, which is kind of unfortunate in my mind. I think if I've got to deal with these freezing cold temperatures, at least let me see a little bit of snow. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but we are going to take a look at your forecast in just a little bit. And then, of course, at 2:30 today, the First Alert Weather Team will be in here to give you a more in-depth look at that forecast. If you are tuning in on our website at wlbt.com or through our mobile app, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're watching on any of our social streams, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anything like that, appreciate you joining in there as well. Don't forget you can join in the conversation. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions or anything like that, you can leave that in the comment section. I do enjoy getting to speak with you guys during this, what I call an interactive newscast. So I do appreciate you all for tuning in. And if you are watching right now, let me know in the comment section where you are watching from and if you are prepared for the freezing cold temperatures that are going to be moving into our area overnight and through tomorrow. Although it's been pretty cold the past few days already, it's just going to get even more so. Before we go into any of the stories, we do have an update on the arrest that was made in that triple homicide that happened down in Greene County. But first, let's take a look outside over downtown Jackson. And you can see we have clouds in the area because we are expecting rain to move in, but cloudy out there. Let's go ahead and look somewhere else. Don't forget, if you go to our website, wlbt.com, and you click on First Alert Weather right here, you'll be able to see all of our sky cams. Let's take a look at our Market Max camera here over Monticello. Cloudy skies there as well as some road construction there. So just be safe if you're moving in that area. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the news, give you the update on the man that was arrested in connection with the triple homicide that happened in Greene County. It happened in the town of State Line, which is just on the Alabama border. So according to Greene County Sheriff's Department, 37-year-old Drexler Johnson, and this is him on your scene, Drexler Johnson of Leakesville was arrested this morning. He has been charged with accessory after the fact and conspiracy to commit a crime. So he has not been charged or charged with murder. They're not saying that he is the man that is responsible for the shootings. What they are saying is that accessory after the fact, conspiracy to commit a crime. The Greene County Sheriff's Department says that they are actively investigating this case. And this case is their number one priority. So the sheriff there says that he wants to provide justice to all of the families that were affected by this tragedy. So speaking of the families that were affected by this, the manhunt for the actual suspect that brandished the weapon, shot the people. 3 different people were killed there. The manhunt continues for him, and there is now an award that is leading to the arrest of the man. Let me restart this video so you can see that is him on your screen to the left. Let me go full size for you guys so you can really see this. So this is the individual that they are looking for. That is responsible for the shootings that happened there. So what we are told is that the friends and family of a victim, Jason Thornton, has put up $60,000 towards finding this person. That's adding to other contributions. The total reward that is now available for the capture of this suspect is $100,000. Supervisors from that area explain how this tragedy has fortunately brought the community together. Unfortunately, it was this crime that caused that to happen.
the whole county is a close knit county. You know what I'm saying? We're a small county, but when one hurt, we all hurt. That's how close we are. Say take for instance the day that it happened. I'm willing to say it was over 100 people up there at the scene.
So again, the reward is $100,000 for the information that would lead to the arrest of the suspect. The suspect, again, let me show him here on the screen for you. That is him right there. They are looking for this individual right here. He is said to be responsible for killing those 3 people there at the store on State Line or in State Line near the beginning of the year. So if you have any information regarding that, please contact Greene County Sheriff's Department. Looking here, Britt is watching from Kosciuszko, hoping to see some snow flurries. Saw a few Monday morning. My husband saw a few Monday morning as well. We are right on the reservoir there. Tanya is watching from Brandon. Catherine tuning in on YouTube from Canton. We have Dominique Barber watching from Dallas. Janet Lynn from Marksville, Louisiana. And then Money Mike is watching over in Forest. Virginia Chase says, Lord have mercy, wish there was a way to reset or restart a new year. There was a lot of death, a lot of murders, a lot of crimes that happened right around the New Year's holiday. So I can completely understand you saying that and can agree with it as well. It has been, unfortunately, a rough start to 2025, but hopefully things will improve as the year goes on. Now, there was also a fire over in Vicksburg this morning. It was the Old Scottish Inn that was on a Clay Street over there in Vicksburg. So in this exclusive 3 on Your Side video, you can see a large section of this motel went up in flames this morning. Fire crews fought frigid temperatures as they worked to put out the fire. Imagine being cold already, out in the cold, and then having to work in the water and everything to try and put a fire out. But we did speak with the fire chief over there.
Well, the cold temperature is a factor, but we got these guys got it on their turnout gear, and we got we got rehab section. We got anybody that gets too cold, we get them in the back of the ambulance where we got warm blankets and towels and warming pack.
So no one was inside the abandoned building. We're going to continue to cover this developing story. If we find out any more information regarding it, we will pass that along to you. There was also a bad wreck on I-55 this morning, in the overnight hours into this morning. So it happened in the southbound lanes near the Canton exit at Highway 16. 2 vehicles were involved. We saw 2 ambulances there on the scene. We don't have any official word on injuries or on what caused the wreck. It did cause the roadways to be backed up, but it is clear now. And there was a dispensary here in Jackson, North Jackson. They're now offering a $5,000 reward to find thieves that broke into their store. So here is the video, their surveillance video showing these thieves breaking in. So it's the Dabs Cannabis Dispensary. They're located on Old Canton Road. They were burglarized around 2:30 Monday morning. So this is, again, the surveillance video of the break-in. The owner says 2 men broke into the business. They stole cash. They stole some cannabis products, and they got away with about $30,000 in merchandise. Since that break-in, the store has put in some new security measures to help prevent this type of crime from happening again. Let's hear from them.
We literally had new glass bars installed across all of the storefronts, as well as the door, as well as our sliding glass. And we're also going to install the protective film on the outside that is supposed to be unbreakable to deter them, as well as fog alarms. We're looking at getting motion censored, high censored pitch sounds. That way they can't see if they do break in again, and as well as strobe lights.
So if you have any information on this crime or you happen to recognize these two suspects here, please contact the dispensary on their Facebook page. That's what they're asking you to do, or on their Instagram page. And of course, contact the Jackson Police Department. But they are offering a $5,000 reward for anyone that can provide information that leads to the arrest of these two individuals that were caught on the surveillance video. So if you know anything, reach out to them and let them know, pass that information along to them. Now, talking about having a rough start to 2025, some of the atrocious things that have happened in the beginning of the new year. There's a mother in Jones County who's now speaking out after her 9-year-old son was shot over the holidays. So Kimberly Bradford is the mother's name. And she says that her children were celebrating New Year's Eve. They were outside their home at Lone Oaks apartment over in the Hoy community. They said the fun was unfortunately cut short when this man, 28-year-old Devin Pruitt, started shooting in their direction. Bradford's son was shot once below his abdomen. She says that she's had enough of the gun violence in her area.
It's a bullet out in my little girl window right now. I'm in her room. She's scared to sleep in her room. Got cameras and it's gated in, and you'll think it's secured the way it looked, but ain't no protection nowhere.
Goodness gracious. I know that mother's heart has to be just torn up over that for her son. Her son's recovery is expected to take at least 6 months. And she says that he'll probably never walk the same again. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to that family and to that poor little boy who had to be a victim of gun violence when he was just trying to celebrate a holiday. Now, there are some residents here in Jackson. They're reporting mail theft, and they're pretty outraged that it hasn't stopped. I would be too. If I had what happened to these women happen to me. So the two women in Jackson say that their bills were stolen from boxes outside of the Robinson Road post office. Volume a little loud. I'm sorry about that. So Tania Wilson and Irish Patrick Williams, they fell victim to this in late December. Patrick Williams' water bill, or what she wrote to the water bill, was changed to $1,900. The water payment remained the same, but their bill was changed to $1,900, and the water payment was not that much. So they wrote the check out, got the check, and the thief then put their name on the check to have it cashed. Let's hear from the victims here.
This Deshante McGee put her name on that line, and she uploaded this check using her mobile app on her phone.
From what I can find out, the young lady that wrote my check already has a history of fraudulent activity, so she needs to get her education from the penal system.
So the U.S. Postal Inspection Service is actively investigating these break-ins. You're urged to report mail theft to the local police department and police inspection service. Tracy Weston saying here, if you're going to go live, at least speak up. Tracy, if you can't hear me, let me know. If my volume is too low, let me know. And just put that in the comments. What I have going in my ear is pretty loud. So if you can't hear it properly, let me know and I can adjust some of my volume for you. So we told you a few weeks ago about the man down in Crystal Springs at Crystal Springs Middle School who tragically fell through the roof there and lost his life. 31-year-old Eduardo. Mute this, I apologize. He was working for a private roofing company when he fell through the roof gymnasium on December the 20th. This is him here on your screen. For over 2 weeks, his cousin Carmel Bias says that they're having some trouble in getting any details regarding the investigation or even locating his body. One of the few interactions that the family says that they have been able to get is through a funeral home in Texas who did find where Moran's body was being held, but without details from the investigators, they say that it's difficult for this family to move forward.
How did he fall? Was it really an accident? Was there foul play in this? We've been hearing things all over the place now coming back, and it's just hard trying to put a puzzle together since we don't have answers. Both of his parents live and they're in Mexico, so they're already expecting him to be back home. They keep calling me, hey, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? And I was like, I have no clue. I tried, I call them and be like, this is the only answer I have right now. So they want to know answers as well.
So the family claims that they've had a difficult time getting in contact with OSHA or an investigator here in Mississippi. Now, we did reach out to OSHA. They did. We requested an interview with them. They declined and said that it was an open investigation. They were not going to be able to speak on it. The family hopes that officials will learn from this situation and help to improve communication with families when things like this happen going forward. Well, before we look at the forecast and we look at some ways that you can prepare better for the colder weather, let's hear from our sponsor, Jackson Water.
Hey, Jackson, curious about our water system? Join the Jackson Water Academy to get the inside scoop on our water and sewer operations. 3 sessions, 3 months, and a whole lot of hands-on know-how. You'll even get a behind-the-scenes tour of the O.B. Curtis Water Treatment Plant. So if you're ready to dive in, head to jacksonwater.com/water academy or give us a ring at 601-500-5200 to apply. But hurry, spots are going fast.
And again, thank you so much to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. Tracy, I see your comments here, so I will try to work on that. I just turned the volume up a little bit. If it still is not sufficient, if you haven't been able to turn it up on the device that you're watching on as well, I will look into that definitely. So let's look at our forecast right now. Let's see what we're looking at as far as our current temperatures out there. And like we've said, it is cold out there. We're sitting in the mid 40s in our area. Some of us are still in the 30s. We got 39 in Natchez, 39 in Carthage, but that's what we're looking at right now. We don't have any rain in the area just yet. We do have some across the Mississippi River over into Louisiana that we are expecting to move into our area, but it will move in as the day goes on. If we look at our 12-hour forecast, you can see as we go to the overnight hours around 1 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at about an 80% chance of rain overnight with some low cold temperatures. Now, the temperatures aren't as cold as they had initially thought they could be. If they were any colder, then we'd have more of a chance to see snow in our area. As it sits, we're probably looking at, if we do reach a colder temperature than 38, just freezing rain. Unfortunately, no snow. But the First Alert Weather Team will give you a better look at that later on today. The next 7 days of our forecast, we've got that rain tonight and tomorrow, and we are warming back up into the mid 50s over the weekend and through next week with lower rain chances. So looking to be cold. Make sure you're here at 2:30 today to hear from our First Alert Weather Team. They're going to give you that in-depth look at the timing of the weather tonight and what we can fully expect. Could there be snow? Could things change? Things could always change. It's the weather, right? We have really no control over it. We just kind of give it our best educated guess and give that to you. But the First Alert Weather Team, who has much more education in the weather department than I do, will be here at 2:30 to look at the forecast for you. So while there is no snow or ice on the ground in central Mississippi right now, the Department of Transportation is preparing whatever may happen. So crews with MDOT have already pre-treated some highways with a special solution to make it difficult for ice to form. It's also important to think about the pipes in your home. my pipes did freeze a little last night. It was no fun this morning waking up. But Jackson Water recommends that you properly insulate any exposed pipes to keep them from freezing. I probably should have done that a little better at my place, but let's hear from them.
We want to make sure that people realize that our crews aren't working. They were out today. We have heavy trucks and machinery. We just don't want people to crowd them, allow them space to do their work. They're doing very important work to keep our roadways open during this winter weather event. We also want people to be aware that they need to be safe themselves.
We've been very well prepared from the treatment plant standpoint. We've got the winterization we did before last winter has really made those plants pretty unsusceptible to cold weather. They can operate very well. We've got well-trained operators for cold weather operations.
So, of course, 3 on your side and the First Alert Weather Team is going to be here to keep you informed of the current weather conditions and the changing weather conditions. Again, 2:30 today, they'll be in here for you. So make sure you're tuning in then. There was a major water line break in Brandon yesterday. Now that water line break has thankfully been restored. You can see here on your screen the water that was everywhere from this break. So the city says it was caused by a boring crew that was working without proper utility markings, and the broken pipe is now repaired. A temporary boil water notice has been issued for the surrounding areas. So this happened on Woodgate Drive near Long Meadow Drive in the Crossgate subdivision. If you're in that area, just be aware you are under a boil water notice at this time. So that's going to be it for WLBT Plus today. Again, First Alert Weather Team will be here at 2:30 to give you that in-depth look at your forecast. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I hope you join me then. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, bundled up, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.